Ooh, yeah. All right, Bill and K, we got it going. See, that's why this, any one of you guys, B, L, and K. B, L, and K. All right, anyone want to find out why Bill and K is going up?
Booyah! Booyah!
Let's go from 8 to 10:30. Okay. Bill and K. So what are we looking at? We're looking at that $10 area as a resistance level. But first thing first, let's find out why Bill and K is going up, right? BLMK. So I just located. That's why this. You see this scanner pops up. Booyah! What's going on, guys? Good morning. I just got up. Across the stage. BLMK. Oh shit! I just missed my entry right there. Oh well. What's up? What's up? How's it going, Donald? How's it going, guys? I'm trying to. So I'm in 200 shares, as you guys can see. But if we looking at yearly chart analysis, this will be the area where I'll be very interested over the 10. I don't know the exact reason why it's going up at the moment, but I'm only small share size and just starter. I'll be adding if it goes higher. If not, if it pays me out right now, I'll take the fucking thing, you know? My average is at 931, 200 shares. BLNK could be very nice if it could go to 10. Yep, that's what I'm looking at. This 1050 area. So there's a lot of bag holders here. You know, even to the 11 area. So, you know, let's see what it's gonna do. Ooh, yeah, I'm green on it now. Well, I was green on it. Alright, let's see, press release. So I'm looking at this. I don't know why my Benzinga has not been working lately. So I don't think this is the news. Finviz. BLNK. Got a blocked nose. I hope I'm not getting coronavirus. Fraud lawsuit with who? BLNK. Yeah, it looked like it could go higher. I mean, what's the float in this thing? BLNK. Alright, 26 mil, not bad. Cash burn rate, 1 mil, and they got 3 mil, so they might need to dump, and they do have shelf deck down, shelf remaining, so they have about 80 million shares. I mean 80 million worth of shares to dump. Sale of okay. Yeah, I'm trying to go through the news at the moment. Wow. So they claimed. People can charge every 15,000 miles or something like that. But in reality, it's only 15% of what they claim. So they don't have enough charging stations for EV drivers. So It doesn't make sense why the fuck it's going up, right? It's bad news. Do you get what I mean? Sometimes it's twisted because you get a company with, you know, the CEO's getting fired. Yesterday, what was the one that went up? What went down yesterday? Down a little bit on it, about $50, but I'm willing to hold this all the way to 11 if it comes to it. That's about, with 200 shares, about maybe 400 bucks down or something like that, which is fine. Yeah, I mean, it looks to me like they're just pushing it for whatever reason, you know what I mean? They put out, doesn't matter if it's a good news or bad news, pump the shit, and then dump it on the investors, right? Because they know people don't give a fuck, they just buy it. I mean, you can look at the cash, man, they only got like 3.8 million, and they go through $1 million a month. So you got about 3 months before, yep, Trump and dump. So, just gonna sit back, let it do what it does, and just have my starter. I'm not gonna get aggressive at this. Let the market open, and then we go from there. What about you guys? What are you guys watching today? Yeah. This is the other one. Not a lot of people watching. For me, not my play. I want this thing to come to the $2, $3 area. I mean, it's just. I mean, if it comes to here, I probably would short it. But I don't like playing this. You know. What up? What up? Oh, you look like loaded. Got something for me?
Huh?
Got something for me, or?
Yeah, let's do that for you.
I was trying to call you, mate.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you gonna ask?
Just chat on the YouTube for now, because that's what I'm looking at, Steve-O. So these are the things, like, I don't like playing these things because they don't have range. And yeah, I know people, you know, make a decent amount of money on it. Some people, you know, they go big share size and make money on it. And you know, I've seen people making, but for me, I personally like to play something that has range, right? And this just doesn't have range. I mean, if you're going for, right, 10 cents, 20 cents move on this ones, why not go for the bigger ones and still you can easily make 10 cents, 20 cents from the other ones. I mean, if you go BLNK, I mean, you could easily make 20 cents with this one, you know what I mean? So that's how I think anyway, but I'm sure others have their reasons. All right, let's look at this one. What do you guys think? Anyone trading this? NAOV. Anyone of you guys trading it? Who's looking to start? AIM. All right, let's look at AIM. Oh, damn. All right. Yeah, this looked interesting. It went up after markets. I like this one's in the $3, $4 range. I mean, short now, risking that. For me, I wouldn't do it. The reason why is because anyone from last night's chat after market close? Remember what I said? The ones that wash out like this, if you short them here at the lows, then you're risking a bigger amount now. What if it comes all the way up here, right? First thing, you already lost a lot, and if it breaks and goes higher, now you're gonna lose a lot more. So for me, yes, there is a chance that might go further, but I don't like shorting lows. That's, as a short seller, that's how you get trapped. You start shorting lows. I mean, the 75 area would have been good. I mean, if you had a starter shorts into this area, would have been good. But right now, where it's at, it's just a terrible idea in my opinion. And it doesn't have a lot of range. I mean, where is it gonna come? Like to the 20s, 220s? So you might make 20 cents, but you're risking more. You're risking like 40 cents. So risk reward is not there to play it right now. But you can look for, if this thing really drops, market open and a bounce, using this level as a risk. using $2 as a risk. So if this thing pulls back to the 220, 215 area, you can buy it risking that $2 area, 2.6 area. So you're risking 10, 20 cents. On 1,000 shares, that's you're risking only what, $100, right? And if this thing can push, 30, 40 cents, then you just make $300, $400 risking $100. That's how I think. Okay, so what's the news on this thing? Let's look at the fundamentals. V. Floated by institutions. So 40% of this company is held by institutions, right? That's a red flag for me as a short seller. As a long should be as well, because they don't. It's not volatile. It's limited. That volatility is limited, unless you like those kind of play. For me, not really. All right, so they spend about what? How much is that? Like 200,000 a month, and they got 1 point. So they got a couple of months on them. I don't think they're in a rush to raise. So they have warrants. They don't have any active. Oh, they do have active. So active shelf registration means ATMs, right? What an ATM is when they do offering at the market. So that's them dumping shares at the market. Whereas warrants, they sell them. So someone would pay for. So let's say they sell the warrants for a certain price, right? So if you're an investor, you buy those warrants. Right, and the exercise, and they'll give you an exercise price of that warrant, right? So let's say if the exercise price is, let's say, at $5, you cannot dump this share. So you get to buy them for cheap, but you can't sell them until the price of the stock is above $5.50, right? It's basically the way the company raises their internal capital and stuff like that. I mean, I don't really see anything else at the moment. Its market has been pretty quiet lately, right? Alright, what's the reason this shit show is going? So basically, yep, I'm in it. I'm down like $20 on it, $28. I'm just gonna wait. Let it do what it does. This is the part. It looks heavy. This is the part. I mean, it makes sense that it's a bad news for the company, right? Someone coming out and calling them out on their bullshit. That's a bad news. I don't know why the price went up. It just doesn't make sense. There's a disconnect. People. Yeah, no. Russ days are long gone unless he gets 30, 40,000 followers again. But that's one of the signs when Ross tries to pump this thing, but it doesn't go. I mean, he himself buys like 20,000 shares or whatever, right? And other people with him also buy a lot of shares. I mean, everyone there is a buyer. And when the stock does not move, it only means that someone is selling heavy into them. Someone is selling way more than what they're buying, right? That's an indication for me to join the big guys. You want to be on the big side, right, where the money is going. So if they're selling, you want to short as well. If they're buying, you want to buy, or you want to take a step back. Anyway, so what these guys doing is these guys are I think they're a small medical. I think they make like medical products, equipments, and they have an ultrasound-based product, right? And they got an FDA approval to distribute that in the U.S. market. So they got an FDA approval to distribute one of their products. Now that's a good news, pretty much, because it opens up a whole lot of new customers and new market opportunities for the company. It makes sense why it goes up, right? Whereas BLNK, who knows what the fuck is going on there. What else? Any other stocks you guys want? Alright, what happened to ABA? Because I remember someone was asking this a couple of days ago. Would have been maybe last week, Wednesday or something like that. They were asking if it was a short, right? So same thing they're doing. Yeah, so same thing they're doing. You see how they hold it up at this certain price? And then they ripped it, and they held this price, and then now they ripped it. GM, yep, I'll look at GM. But this is pretty consistent. If you guys come across a chart that looks like this, just be aware that this is what their plan is. Because, you know, always know what the agenda is. So this is them forcing, look at the volume. I mean, it's pretty dead. It's just they are forcing this thing to go up and up and up and up. There's someone, obviously, scooping up a lot of shares, buying a lot of shares, pushing this thing forcefully to go higher and higher and higher. To what end? I don't know. But what you got to keep in mind is when this thing dumps, right, when it puts in that first red day play, this thing could easily drop from $10 to $7 area or $57 area, right? So you got GME, GME, a nice breakout, same thing, right? So they had a first red day, they held it. You see, it didn't go further, held it, ripped it up, held it at this price, and ripped it up now. But in terms of trades, I mean, that parabolic, I would like to short that kind of movement. But anything that is grindy, choppy like this, I do not like to touch it. So, but guys, keep in mind, now there's been a lot of, you know, washouts and market has been weak and stuff like that. You got to keep in mind that there will be, you know, one stock that's just gonna rip in the foreseeable future. I reckon. So if you guys have seen a low floater picking up momentum, just keep that in mind. If you're short seller, be aware. You don't want to get trapped into that because there will be one that's gonna rip up someday soon. So, and if you're long, you just capitalize on that. Keep an eye out for that. There will be one that's gonna run $10 plus. So. That's what's gonna ignite the long market. All right. So what else is there? I mean, NNOX, man, Aaron actually we're trading this thing. Holy shit! Look at that. From I mean, $36 to $23. What a drop in one day, right? This stock was I mean, it just cracked that level. It did go to 63. I mean, how unfortunate if you're one of those people who bought into that and still hold it to this day. You know what I mean? Damn. I kind of regret not. I was actually short on this thing. Do you remember NNOX? We traded that, was it like maybe on Thursday or something like that, or Friday? Friday or Thursday. This day we traded it. Yeah, it would have been on Friday, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so what else is there? Any other tickers that you guys are watching? Yeah, so with this thing as well, keep in mind, this is another stock where if they keep holding it above this level, $28 area, yeah, it comes bounced from here, it's a decent buy. NKLA, I mean, this one was just hectic. I mean, I think the CEO arrested or some shit. There was something going on. Something going on with this. I'm pretty sure. If BLNK is the only play today, I might actually downsize on my position. Take 100 shares off because it might get pushed. If that's what everybody's watching, they might push it. VRM, nice gap up from 46 to $54. It's not bad. That's not bad. But what's the plan here? I'm not sure. I mean, this was a really good buy right here. This area, that was 44 was a beautiful buy, right? That support level. Yeah, it's low volume for now. But is it bouncing with the news or is it solely on technical? I mean, the technicals are. I mean, a bounce for this area was I mean, it's as clear as can get, right? Might get rejected from here though. So let's see what it does. See that line where I drew? 51.25, 51.30 area. Do you guys, any one of you guys use a line chart? It's pretty good. It just gives you a very clear picture where the tops and bottoms are, where the support and resistance levels are, so you don't actually trade the middle part. You always want to trade the outer lines of the charts, yeah? Yeah, line charts are pretty amazing. What's up, Jimmy? So line charts are, I personally use line charts to kind of see where the outer lines are. So I will be shorting. So the way I do it is I'll look at this line chart and I would put an order and I'll let the stock come and touch my order. So if you have a short right there and there, it will just come, fill your position, and automatically you'll be up. And then you can take it off here or here, right? Same thing, second time it does it. I mean, that's a pretty decent profit. I learned this from Bao from MIC. You guys might know them. I used to use line chart before then as well, but he specializes on line charts. But that's how you gotta go, right? As a trader, you know, people, every YouTube videos you watch or every chat room or course that you do, what you want to do is you want to pick up a little bit from them, right? And combine that and create your own thing. Obviously, everything we learn it has to be from someone, right? This is a 5-minute chart, so I use a line chart and 5-minute chart to kind of give me a bigger, you know, time frame kind of view. Other than that, just BLNK support and going higher. Yeah, I might need to cut it a little bit because if this is the only play, then you know. So what else is going on, guys? Yep, a lot of bag holders around this area. We'll just use this general area for resistance support level. Only reason BLNK I'm comfortable is it's not in here, is it? Right there. The float is 24 million float. So float is 24 million. You know, news is bad news, but obviously they're pushing it on purpose. I might have gotten in a little bit too early. I mean, looking at the yearly chart, you know, right here, 850. I mean, I'm short at I'm shorting from like 32 average, so that's not the best. I'm right there. That's, you know, you want this thing to go as high as possible. So, but let it go up, let it do what it does. As you can see, it's getting chowed down, right? So the way I'll just go a little bit over about the way you read level 2. We can just discuss it here. So basically, what I look for is, as I mentioned, if you guys have seen some of the videos, the layout videos, I explained these are color coded, right? So I color coded this. So as you can see, that this is not really going fast, but when something is going parabolic, this moves really quickly, and you will not be able to see what if it's 960 or 950 or whatever, right? Even on this one, sometimes you get confused. So what you want to do is you want to color code it, so that way you know which direction the wind is blowing. So as you guys can see, right now it's chopping, right? It's not a clear direction. But also, you only want to focus on level 2. You cannot read the level 2 all the time. If you're trying to read the level 2 all the time, you're just going to get a headache because it's not going to make sense to you. you only read level 2 at key points where you know, like this 10-18 area, for example, I would anticipate that to be a little bit of a resistant level, and I'll look for the level 2 to confirm that. My color codes are here. So above the ask, I have it purple. So if you see purple, so when something is going parabolic and people are chasing, yep, green and buyers stepping up. Purple is when they're, yep, yep. So purple is when, you know, when people are chasing, right? That's fear, FOMO is what I see. When I see a lot of purple prints going through, it means people are paying for it above the ask. So they're paying for it way more than what people are asking to sell it for. Right? And the ask is obviously green, the inside is white, the bid is red. The yellow, when I see yellow, it's panic time. People are trying to get out frantically, right? That's panic time. These are color coded, so this kind of gives me an idea of which way, what I'm seeing, which color is going, you know, is going through the most, right? And also, you want to look for confirmation on the level 2 on those key level areas, yeah? This is Dash Trader Pro. I don't think you can color code it on Trade Zero. There's no color coding, but it is already color coded. They have like the green and red and the white, so they don't have the purple and the other stuff. But you can use that green and red as well. But generally, the way you read is you don't just stare at it, right? If you do, as I said, it's not going to make sense, right? What you want to do is you want to use that level 2 for, if you guys have seen yesterday's trading video recap, you know that trade that I was in, I was down $2,300 on. If you guys remember how I took it right at the bottom, right? If you should guys go over and over that part of the video. It's pretty clear where the momentum. So it went up and it washed down all the way from $14 to like $6 something to $7 areas. And just before, if you've seen my exit, I took right at the bottom. The reason why is because that thing was selling and selling and selling, and I looked for that momentum shift, and I got out, right. So that's pretty much how you kind of read the level 2. You look for key levels, and you look for the trend, and you want to see those change. But I will do. This is not obviously, this is just a brief explanation of it. I'll do a live. I have a couple of live video footage that I collected, just level 2 recordings. So you know, we'll go through that, and I'll put out a video explaining it and what I see and all that. But the gist of it is you want to use this on key levels, right? So on this one particularly, I expect that 1020 to 1050 area to kind of be like a resistant level. If this thing keeps grinding up to that 11, then that's not a good sign, because it could then break higher, right? So you want to find sellers into that area, right? Right now it's struggling as well. It's choppy. It has found a bit of sellers, but you know it needs to go higher. And also you combine that with, so this one is for stocks that are going choppy, right, and grinding slow. But for something that is going parabolic, dramatically going up, buy, that chasing action, buy, and then it turns into sell. For that kind of action, you want to use the time in sales more than you would do on the level 2, right? Because this would give you, this is like, I don't know how to explain it. This is like a wave, right? It's like a wave. And you will see a lot of red prints coming through, right? A lot of red prints, then you would see green prints. But there will be some green prints as well, short sellers cover and stuff like that. CLTX, whatever it was. Oh yeah, that one, yeah. Yeah, thanks, man. So, you know, so those are the kind of things you want to see, which way the wind is blowing. That's the important thing. Yeah, the OTCs are traded completely different. On my scanner, I do have included, you know, I have OTCs as well. A lot of people don't trade OTCs. OTCs are, for some of you who don't know, they're over-the-counter stocks, you know, pink sheets and OTCBB. So what those are companies that do not meet the listing requirements to be listed on NASDAQ and traded. So for companies to be traded on NASDAQ, they have to meet a certain requirements. Like the price has to be above $1, and they have to do filings, and that filing has to be audited. So there's two kind of filings, right? It has to be audited, and it has to be in a certain frame, right? So the quarterly reports are not audited, but I'm pretty sure the 10Ks are audited. Whereas if you go to the OTC land, nothing is audited, no one sees nothing. So it's like they can say they profited $1 billion, and that would just be it. And some of the paperwork is really, just someone, just writing it down on a paper and scanning it and putting it in. It's literally as that. Like they actually make a table on Word or Excel, and then they put it up. Where if you've seen the actual normal, like Tesla or Nasdaq companies, they do have like a proper explain this a proper filing that they have to follow, right? Uh, any questions or any other stuff you guys want me to have a look at? So when I'm going through my watch list, I'll just quickly, because right now I'm short biased because of the market, so I'll just go through quickly, and I'll look for something overextended, right? So this, I like buying these things when they flatten out like this at the bottom. I gave you guys a couple of tickers yesterday to look at, right? So I'll just fly through it, and AIM, I'll have a look at AIM. Is it here? So AIM, man, I mean, look, it's still within the range. As you can see, where I drew the lines, it's still within that range. And I do not like to trade anything that's in the channel. I want to trade the top part and the bottom part. Right now, I mean, there's resistant levels here. I mean, what can you make? Are you thinking long or short on AIM? Okay, yeah. For long, it makes sense. I mean, what your risk level would have to be like that $2 area at the bottom of that. Uh, yeah, I mean, for me personally, I want it to come a little bit more to this area. I mean, unless you're okay with. I mean, look, if you're cutting it at 12-10 area, it's not gonna go any lower than that. But if it comes to this, even I'll be interested in buying it. And I'm currently short and biased, as you guys know. But right now, where it's at, I mean, I'm just not interested. Yes, there might be an opportunity, but not a major opportunity for me to be really interested. Right? It's traded over almost 70 million shares pre-market. Right? So that's $14 million already just pre-market. So, yep, look at 220, 210. I agree, 100%. I agree with that plan. Well, if you came up to that level, just hit us up in the chat room. I'll definitely, I'm interested. Yep. So, any other questions, guys? Any other tickers you guys want me to see? Yep. So as I said, what I'll do is I'll quickly just fly through these and look for something that's looking decent. It's always a tough thing. For shorts, it's really easy to know which one you want to trade and which one you want to go for. Whereas as a long trader, it could be very tricky because you don't know, especially if you don't know. For me, as a long trader, what I look for is, yeah, BLNK coming down. It's right on my average now. Yeah, it's right on my average now. I was down like $100 on it, but right now I'm pretty much break even on it. So as a long trader, what I look for is I'll look for low floaters, right? That I'll look left there, look the history of the stock that could potentially spike decent amount. That's combined with good news, right? If you're very selective, and I am very selective, right? You have to. So BLNK, for example, I would not play in that long because I know the news is shit, right? Yes, you can trade it based of technical reasons where it went up and you're chasing the momentum. But if you're looking at the bigger picture, it's pretty much if that strategy, if you have a strategy that is an A+ strategy, which is low floater with a good news that looks really good on technical terms, and people are interested, and it's already gapping up, and people looking at it. And the gap up for me has to be 30-40%, not 100-200%. If something is up 100-200%, I'm not sure if the move is already being done. Right? A lot of the stocks that you guys can see pre-market, they go crazy, and the market open, they wash out. Right? So like BLNK, for example, I have a feeling this could potentially go down. So what I look for is basically so that would be my A setup. So if the news is a shit news, but it meets in all the other requirements, whereas on technical terms it looks good and people are chasing it, and other factors that you guys want to put in, then what it means is that setup is no longer an A setup. It's a B or C or D setup. And if you're selective and you want to grow your account, you should only play A setups, right? Not always easy to do. So yeah, for the long side, really, you don't know which ones are going to go and which ones are not going to go, right? So, you can buy this one, but you're just buying blindly on technical terms, right? You're looking at technical and you're thinking, okay, the risk is not far, and I can buy it, and I might lose 10 cents on it, but I can potentially make higher. But that's pretty much a gamble, right? Because you don't know for sure if it's gonna go, or you have a better odds when it's going, yeah. So those kind of things, matter, I think. Let's look through the short side. I like to also short stocks that are overextended. This is not. It looks extended, but it's not overextended, right? You want like this part. I would have assumed overextended, but it came from $23 all the way to 16. So. And shorting those ones is not a bad idea either. KODK, look at that. So you guys, if you're a long trader, I'm telling you, this is a great opportunity. Where you see things flatten out like this, put them on your watch list, right? Put them on your watch list, and when you see good news coming up, buy into that good news or whatever PR they put out. Yeah, because when it starts flattening out like this, they tend to go higher. They hold the price at a certain level, and they do it on purpose too. So nothing that looks good. This thing pushed from 11 to 15 yesterday. It's opening up with a gap down today. This looks alright. Oi, look at CRDF. What do you think? Let's look at the yearly chart. Oh shit, market open. Alright guys, gotta go. Thanks for watching.